Legend War here, and today we've got a Rate Your Doomstack video covering a Clan Scryer, Icket Claw, Doomwheel Doomstack. So what we've got here are 6 Warlock Engineers, Icket Claw on a Doomwheel, and 13 other Doomwheels, one of which being the Warpfire Doomwheel. And on paper, this looks like it's really strong, because the Warlock Engineers, they've got a lot of stuff that can boost the stats of Doomwheels, because Doomwheels are actually classified as a missile unit. So their missile strength goes through the roof. Their speed goes through the roof as well, because they're able to increase the speed of missile units. And they've also got like tons of ammunition. Now, if we have a look at the missile strength, a big part of that is actually the reload time reduction. The game thinks he's going to basically just rapid fire them that quickly, but I just don't think that it will fire at one shot every 2 seconds. I just don't think that's going to happen. So I think that there's a lot of things that look good on paper, but when we go into the battlefield, it's just not practically going to do what it says it's going to do. But anyway, we're going up against the Ritual Skaven. So this is on the Vortex campaign. So there's 3 armies of them. Now, naturally this army would do pretty well against infantry-based things, but I think it would do really poorly if it was going up against something like Bretonia or anything with any kind of large units. Doomwheels, they're good against infantry, but they're really bad against cavalry or just anything large. It's not good against it at all. So anyway, let's jump into the battle and see how we go. I'm not going to hire any extra menace blows. I'm not going to use a nuke. I'm not going to prioritize using magic to win the battle. Let's just see how we go. Because yeah, 146 speed, that's faster than a Phoenix, right? I don't think they're actually going to move that fast. 2-second reload time, I don't think it's going to shoot that fast. Because the way it works is the animation takes a certain amount of time to finish, and then it starts the reload time reduction, like the reload time shot. Anyway, let's just see how we go. Alright, so these ones here, their job is to just stay out of the way. They're just to boost the Doomwheels. So, if I'm right about this, and they don't move at 146 speed, which I doubt it, and they don't really shoot that quickly, then it's probably best to have, I would recommend 2 Warlock Engineers. Now, you can go maybe 3 if you want to do this, but I think 2 Warlock Engineers and get yourself 4 extra Doomwheels, because these guys here have no combat potential on the battlefield. And if many of these guys here, all they're really doing is increasing ammunition, because that is something that they absolutely can keep stacking on, extra ammo. And the thing is though, these as a missile unit are not great missile units. They're really like primarily melee units with a secondary missile unit. So just focusing on one element of their attack is not that good, but we'll see how we go. So first thing I'm going to do to test this out is just send 1 Doomwheel out there just to see how fast is Icket Claw anyway, because he's not classified as a missile unit, so his speed, why don't we test things out a little bit and we'll see which of them is actually faster. Icket Claw's speed is 94, this one's here speed is 146. Let's see who is faster. And they're off! And currently Icket Claw's in the lead by a little bit. But he falls behind and the other one goes ahead. Definitely doesn't look like 146 speed. Yeah, so that one's a little bit, maybe just a tiny little bit faster, but it's definitely not as fast as what it says it is. There's no way that's as fast as a Phoenix. Alright, time for you to start shooting. 1 shot every 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seems like about a 4-second reload time reduction. That's not what it says! Yeah, so that bonus is lost on them. I think. So yeah, just be careful of what the things say on the stats, because there is a cap, and sometimes like they can go technically over that cap, but functionally they don't. Alright, so we don't really need to worry about the plague claw catapults here. So let's just see how they're showing how strong they are in melee now. It will increase the extra missile damage. You probably don't need to attack the poison wing globe. They'll hit their own units. I think the most important thing here is to just basically kind of treat them like Doom Flayers and just keep moving. And have, in this particular situation here, have the Skaven shoot their own troops. But yeah, they are not moving at 146 speed. But these shots that they're doing a lot of damage. I'm a little bit concerned that by keeping them all together like this, they might actually be shooting each other with friendly fire. Because yeah, I found out fairly recently that every unit in the game has like a cap to how fast they can move, and it's different for every unit. Like for example, if you were to get a Phoenix up to say 300 speed, it can't move at 300 speed, right? Same thing with like a infantry unit. If you got an infantry unit to 100 speed, infantry cannot move at 100 speed. They're like capped at a certain amount of their base speed plus like, I don't know, 30, 40, 50%. I'm not entirely sure. But there's a certain degree of speed where their model will not travel much, any faster than that. Well, I guess we should probably use some magic, otherwise it probably looks like we're going to lose here if we don't. Hey, why didn't that go off? So they're not super tanky. Like, they're supposed to be reasonably good in this situation as well. And, you know, we're taking damage. Like, they're good, but definitely this is a tier 5 unit. And they do kind of get stuck fairly easily. Really need to get rid of these missile units here and get out of this blob. See, they're not good against large single entities like that at all. You know, they're getting some kills. You know, gets easy to kill units. You know, making an anti-infantry army really doesn't impress me very much. You gotta be able to have versatility in your army. This doesn't really have it, I think. I just think a lot of these bonuses have gone completely to waste. Like, I think we're gonna win. But I just wasn't really impressed by the enemy in the first place. Like, it's just not that tough for Skaven to deal with, I guess. Because, like, out at sea, they can't use Menace Below. You can, by, you know, ordering some. So, a weapons team Doomstack could have beaten it. I reckon a Doomflayer Doomstack could have done it. Probably have done it better as well in Clan Scry. Doomflayers are really good. And they're decent against large units as well. And they're smaller, which makes them harder to hit. Because, yeah, the bigger something is in this game, it's a weakness. Like, look at Dreadsaurians. their biggest weakness is actually their size. Brood Horrors could have beaten the crap out of this, no problem. And regenerated, maybe even gotten out of this without any real damage at all. Maybe also spreading these guys out might do okay. Because I reckon a lot of the damage being done is actually friendly fire due to the warp lightning going all over the place. But that then also makes it a little bit more difficult to micro because you got a lot of things going on everywhere and you can easily forget about somebody somewhere. Oh crap, you shouldn't be there. Ugh, yeah, stay away from that. Let's get everyone over here. It's not mine. Yeah, so things like gutter runners are actually grinding us down a fair bit here. Probably want to try to avoid their Doomwheels as much as possible because we're just really badly damaged. We haven't lost any yet, but we're really badly damaged. Like, I haven't fought this battle perfectly by any means. The whole point of this is to test them out. And sometimes you gotta test them out by sending them into bad situations. Because I just wasn't really that sure about this. Yeah, try to avoid them. And just take out the things that we're good at. Don't focus on things that we're bad at. Like the Hell Pit Abomination. We have to get the army loss penalty on that. Or defeat everything else before we even think about it. Alright, somebody else is... Yeah, okay. We've got everybody in this area. Good. Alright. But this is an indication that we're at the back end of the battle. We just need to do a bit more damage to them to get the army losses. I reckon if we can manage to get around over here and get at that artillery piece, that might just do it, because that's worth a ton of power. I tell you what though, the extra ammo really is coming in handy, but did we really need that much? That's why I'm thinking, get rid of even one or two of the Warlock Engineers, put them somewhere else, and get yourself some more. If you were going to do this, which I don't recommend. Also, it's on large unit scale, so they're actually more powerful than if it was on Ultra, which is the unit scale that I recommend people play on. Yeah, stop firing. So yeah, I think we'll try to use our Doomwheels to shoot at their Doomwheels. Or same thing with the Hell Pit Abomination, but don't actually go into melee with it. I think that would be a big mistake. You know, you got all this extra bonuses on the missile attack. We should use it. Oh, what's that? You got stuck? Because you're too big? Come on, get out of there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, get out. And you're gone. You just got stuck. What are you gonna do? I think that was the first one that got destroyed. Yeah, as you can see, really not good against Hell Pit Abominations. But, you know, against single entities, having them shoot at them, not too bad, as long as it's not, like, too fast. So if you went up against Bretonia, they'd obviously catch you. Because I reckon their speed is probably equivalent to about 60. 60, 70, 80, something like that. It's definitely not 100. Yeah, as long as something's... Basically, this will work really well against an infantry-based army that's fairly slow and can't fire back. So there's quite a lot of enemies out there that would beat the crap out of this, I think. Also, I definitely don't think this would be viable as any other Skaven clan, because, there we go, there's the army losses. Shame about that one, Doomwheel. But the guy's not expecting the save file back, so he probably could have done a better job using this properly and, you know, casting more magic and stuff at the start. So, definitely not a bad Doomstack. I just think, as the Skaven, you can do so much better. And Doomwheels, you know, they're a tier 5 unit. You're putting in 6 Warlock Engineers. That's a lot of cost. Because it's not easy to increase your capacity for Warlock Engineers. Yeah, this is pretty... That's okay. I mean, Rattling guns could have easily killed that. Okay. And also, as I said, it wasn't exactly the strongest enemy to go up against. So we just got to take that in consideration. Don't get me wrong, I know I'm being a little bit negative. I'm just thinking about all of its strengths and weaknesses. So, like, you put us up against an enemy that's relatively easy for this to deal with, just by unit types, rather than going up against something. Like, as the Skaven, you probably shouldn't be going up against other Skaven that often. At least in my experience. Except on the Vortex campaign, obviously. And if you're playing as Clan Scryer on Mortal Empires, you're probably going to be going up against things like Bretonia. Bretonia would destroy this army, no problem. Dwarfs, the thing about the Dwarfs is that they would have lots of guns. Guns and organ guns would put this to shame, absolutely destroy it. So you'd never get it there. You wouldn't do enough damage to the guns to really put them out of commission before they destroyed a Doomwheel or two. Slayers would rip them to shreds, kind of. It's mostly just the missile units you'd have a problem with. Empire, you know, Demigryph Knights would tear it to shreds. High Elves, a single Phoenix would take out several of them. So, yeah, you really have to pick your targets with care with this, and that's not really what Doomstacks do. Doomstacks are supposed to be strong enough to be able to take on any faction, and the fewer factions that they can take on, the weaker the Doomstack. So I'm really going to give this, a 6 out of 10, because it's expensive, and it's not practical, and it's not actually very strong. And I think, like, the stats, it looks good on the stats. It didn't perform great in Auto Resolve either. It's just, there's not a lot of strengths to this, and I just think as Clan Scryer, which has so many tools at their disposal, this just is not really as good as some of the other things, like the weapons team. It's just so much better. The Brood Horror Doomstack, so much better. Doomflayers were great by comparison to this, in my opinion, just because they're so much smaller, and I think they're just way tankier. Sure, these guys have a missile attack, but I just don't think it's worth it. So I think 6 out of 10 is maybe a little bit harsh. I think maybe 7 out of 10. Maybe it's just, I don't know. It's like, it's barely a Doomstack. Barely. That's what I think. I just think there's a lot of inefficiencies with this, and it was just focusing too heavily on making it look good, but practically speaking, like, it was not doing 1,461 damage to that Hell Pit Abomination. That would have annihilated it. And, you know, it didn't reload that quickly as well. So, it's just, on paper it looks good. In practice, it just isn't. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with 7 out of 10. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. I think a lot of people just think it looks cool, and unfortunately I don't give any points for any armies that look cool. It's got to be practical, and also I think that weapons team actually looks really cool. I love seeing the green spray of bullets going everywhere, so aesthetically speaking I'm more inclined to give points to that, but just in terms of raw power, that army is just almost unbeatable. But even so, I wouldn't give a weapons team army a 10 out of 10. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Let me know what you think about this and the rating that I gave it in the comments below. And I'll see you next time, fuckers. Appreciate you. Bye.